Alright, this is a quick instructional video on how to use StatCrunch to find the range, mean, variance, and standard deviation of a sample data set. StatCrunch is an integrated statistics program within MyStatLab by Pearson. To start with this particular problem, you want to go ahead and left click this little double blue icon that says click to copy table. If I left click, I'm going to left click open in StatCrunch, and it will open up in the statistical program. I don't have to worry about ordering this from least to greatest. I can if I want to by left clicking data. We'll go to sort, left click sort, and we'll go ahead and left click var1 so that this very var1 shows up in this blank window, and then we just hit left click compute, and you'll note that the second column has been sorted from least to greatest. Now, in order to go ahead and find the range, mean, variance, and standard deviation, I want to left click stat, and I'm going to go to summary stats, and I'm going to go to columns and left click column. Doesn't matter which column I use, I only want to use one of them, but since I went to the trouble of sorting the column, I will go ahead and use that sort. Now this is where it gets tricky. Down here under statistics, there's all kinds of choices, and you'll notice that a number of them are already highlighted in blue. N means the number of data values in your distribution, your mean. This is variance for a sample set. This is standard deviation for a sample, standard error. Your median, your range, your minimum value, your maximum value, quartile 1 and quartile 3. You can do a sum, you can do an interquartile range. Now here, for unadjusted variance and unadjusted standard deviation, that would be for a population. But for this particular exercise, I just need range, mean, variance, and standard deviation, which are going to be the four that are already selected. Some are already in there, and I can go ahead and deselect those if I want, but I'm just going to go ahead and left click N. I'm going to hold my control key, left click mean, left click variance, left click standard deviation. And then I also need the range, so I'm going to scroll down, hold my control key, and left click range. And now all I want to do is left click compute. And you'll see this table gives me the values that I need. N is going to be the number of data values. This is the mean for the data set, and it's 12.22, and you will have to round that according to MyStatLab's directions. Here's your variance for a sample right here, variance, and this is the variance for the sample for that particular data values, or those data values. Here's your standard deviation, and this is for a sample also. And then here's your range, and then you would just simply go ahead and type those into your problem. And I can go ahead and look at these, and range here in the problem, I will type in the fact that I have 13, hit enter, nice work. Then I will do X bar, which is going to be your mean. And now notice that it says round to the nearest tenth as needed. So I'm going to round 12.222 to 12.2. Hit enter. Well done. Next one is going to be S squared, which is your variance for a sample. Also says round to the nearest tenth as needed. Your variance was 21.944, so we'll do 21.9. Excellent. And then we're going to do the standard deviation S, which will also round to the nearest tenth. The standard deviation for this particular problem was 4.6844. We're going to round that to 4.7. And hit enter, and nice work. And we're done, and we do not have to use the laborious formulas that you've been working with.